Okay, so just walked out of the circus tent, and as with all these things, when you finally get to the closing table, it went pretty easy. And the reason it goes easy at the closing table has to do with a lot of things. First of all, people are getting money, or they're getting property. Either way, they're getting something that they want. Even when they're not getting money or property, such as in someone who's upside down or losing their property, they're getting out of a problem. So the closing table is really where you celebrate. Well, you celebrate afterwards because you don't want to look like you're jumping up and down over your check. But you always are solving someone's problem. Closing means you come to the solution and you've delivered on the solution that you promised in some variation. Now, this one only works, they all only work when you can rely on the player. And by the player, I mean the title company. Depends on your state. Title company, lawyer, escrow agent, some entity, some company, some license in every state is the one that is authorized to close property deals, to make sure the taxes are paid, to title insurance, and whatever. Everything is through them. And here's just a few stories. I work with Bilbo Abstract, Betty, Bilbo, and Jackie, and Lynn, and Joanne, and everybody else on the team. Terrific. And not to be gender biased about this, but I always find the women-run organizations in this field are better. I don't know why. Very often because I don't think I've met someone who the title staff wasn't female, even if the lawyer is male. I just find it works really well. Here's really what's kept me with Bilbo for the last 10 years, 12 years, and I couldn't even tell you how I found them, the first deal. The number of times Betty has said to me, or Jackie, Betty and Jackie are the partners in the company and then everyone else is assistants, but usually it's Betty that comes in with a clarifying statement like, there's no way in hell I'm letting you buy that property, this, and this are wrong and it's not going to happen. Or, oh, look at this train wreck, but we can solve it if you'll agree to this, and this. Everything with your title agent should be about solutions. Case in point, there was a property which we ended up not buying, and neither did the other party that was supposed to be buying it afterwards, where three things were wrong. One is the city had them paying taxes on a property that was not controlled by their PIN number, meaning it wasn't legally theirs. Easy enough. Two is there was an encroachment. There was a big yard in back, and the house in back that did not belong to the party in question was 2 feet over the property line. Now, as many of you know, that is pretty clear. It's called adverse possession. That house has been there for way more than 21 years, and it's a pretty simple process. 3 is there was a bankruptcy. And 4, there was some other kind of odd encroachment. I can't remember. No, I guess it wasn't. I guess those were just those 3. So, Betty's answer was, listen, you tell me you don't want the property. I'll inform the city this property was never part of the package anyway. And too bad, so sad, she's been paying taxes on it. She can fix that, but you'll be good. That one was easy. The encroachment was easy as well. Betty said, you know what? I'll just redraw the map like this. We'll draw up an easement, or have the lawyer draw up an easement between the selling entity and the person whose house that is, and everybody goes off along their merry way. And on the bankruptcy thing, Betty was like, well, as long as the bankruptcy attorney tells me we're good to go. So that was Betty's answer. I didn't buy the property because there was an unrelated issue regarding neighbors that were parking in the backyard who didn't want to play by the rules that I was going to be willing to play by. So, not going to happen. I took off my buyer hat, put on my realtor hat, listed the property. With the property listed, got an offer, blah, 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 goes through title, different attorney in town, very good attorney, I like him a lot, I use him for some things. Different attorney in town, saw the exact same problems, and here was his answer. The city question about the untaxed property or the overtaxed parcel, that answer was the same. We write a letter, we inform the city, blah, blah, whatever. The encroachment issue sent him into a complete different mode. He said, I need a subdivision plan, I need, draftsmen, surveyors, this. I'm not comfortable advising my clients to accept an easement. And the bankruptcy thing was, I don't believe the bankruptcy attorney is correct when he says this is almost done. I've seen bankruptcies go on forever. I'm not comfortable telling my client that a bankruptcy can be manageable. And that's pretty much the end. I mean, I would never push past that because I don't want to be blamed for anything that goes wrong. But as a buyer, if your title agency tells you it's not going to be good, you don't do it. We ended up, the property is still for sale. So you want to work with a title agent who is solutions oriented. You also want to work, in my experience, with a smaller operation. I've done some titles with the two major law firms in the area, and they're wonderful. They are phenomenal. They're the elephants in the room.